Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Thanks for joining me. Well, today I get to share with you a project using the Spellbinders Small Die of the Month Club Kit for October 2019. This month's kit is super cute, and I want to apologize. I have food coloring all over my hands. At work I was making monster cookies, and food coloring and me, I just get colorful with it. So I have yellow and red hands, so forgive the stains on the hands. But this is the Small Die of the Month. It's called Home for the Holidays. It's a 12-piece set, and it is super fun. I had so much fun playing with this. This little piece here is the body for the little girl that the Die of the Month creates. You get a little pie. That's a 3-piece set here. And then this piece here creates a Christmas tree in 3 different layers. You get the girl's dress, the apron, and then the apron front. That was the present that I just showed you. That's the little bow for the present. And then there is a sentiment that says, "See you soon." And it's a beautiful scripty font in 3 different three different die. So you can space it on your project is how you want it. And then there's also the little hair piece for the little girl we're going to create. We're going to create 2 little girls today because I have 2 girls, and this card is actually going to be for Grandma. And Grandma, if you're watching, don't watch. Okay, so I die cut out the dress using white cardstock and a dark teal. Now we're going to do some layering with the apron. It's so neat because this apron, you die cut it out and it creates 2 aprons that will fit perfectly over the dress. So I'm using a lighter teal and a medium teal. And it does die cut out the little sash for the apron too. And this has a dotted detail, which makes it so dainty and so cute. I just love the extra detail on here. Okay, now we're going to do the piece that goes on top of the apron for a little added detail. And if you want to use, I'm just using glue to adhere all 3 of these pieces together today. But if you wanted to add extra dimension, you could put foam tape behind it if you wanted to. I know it's a shock. I'm not putting foam tape behind, but we're going to add a little bit more dimension in our background. So this is our apron piece. And I didn't want white on white, so I'm going to flip them around a little bit, just so we have 2 different dresses. I'm going to have create 2 little girls that look like my daughter, so I think these are going to work out great. Although they would probably fight over which dress they would want. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use my glue and attach my apron. Then I'm going to go ahead and add the detail piece for the apron here. And I'll do the same to the white dress. Easy peasy, but so fun. Just love that. It's nice when you use glue too, because you have a little bit of wiggle room for setting. I'll add this piece here. And then for the sashes, I'm going to flip-flop them. I'm going to use the darker color for this apron, and the lighter color matching with the other apron there. And those are our dresses. Easy peasy. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and take the body die. The body die has the shoes in there too. So we're going to die cut out 2 using some cream colored cardstock. And then while we're at it, we're going to die cut out our little girl's hair. I chose one that was yellow for blonde, and then another one, brown one. We'll make her a brunette. And the brown one, I'm going to die cut out the hair twice. It has little bun pieces, and I wanted to do something special with the brown hair. I'm just punching out all my arms and legs here. And after we have that done, I'm going to zoom in, and I'm hoping it's not blurry. Okay, now I'm just going to add a little glue behind the arms, and these tuck right underneath beautifully. I just love how Spellbinders just lines everything up perfectly. I just love that. I'm going to do the same to the next one, and I sped this part up quite a bit because it does take a little time. Now this, eventually I wanted my 2 little girls to lock arms, and we're going to do that after we assemble. Now what I'm doing is punching out the little hole that's in the shoes. There's a little hole, and I think this is amazing. I thought last month's kit was amazing, how it looked like you could hold a little jack-o'-lantern in the small die of the month for September. This month's just as amazing because you take the leg, the foot part, slide it into that hole, and voila, the shoes are there. You're just sliding some slippers on those little feet. Isn't that the neatest? I know it's the small things that make me happy. But I think adding shoes to these little feet is just amazing. I mean, you could have just created a die that could fit on there, but I like the interactive that it slides in and it looks so realistic, like they're wearing shoes. So neat. Okay, now we're adding the legs, just adding a little glue behind them. And I'm kind of making them different shape. This one I almost made bow-legged. So you want to watch that, make sure that they're facing the right way. I'm going to touch up her shoes here. I missed a few spots, but looking good so far. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and add a little glue so we can add our neck. And for the head, I'm going to tilt it just a little bit. I wanted both of them to be tilting towards each other. And we'll add this little girl's head. Okay, now we get to add the hair. Now I'm going to add a little glue to the very top of their heads, add the brunette's hair, and then for the brunette, remember I die cut out 2 sets. So I'm taking the larger bun and sticking out. We're going to make some Princess Leia buns. So to the left and to the right. And then for our blondie, we're going to go ahead and just add the larger bun piece, and then the smaller, we're going to overlap it. Kind of making a messy bun. I'm going to take the little detail piece and add it to my blondie. I'm just flip-flop the brown next to the blonde one. And then I'm not going to do anything else to the brunette because we're going to add some sparkle later on. I rosied up both of my little girl's cheeks, and then I'm using the RB10 that I used to rosy up the cheeks and adding some polka dots. And then I also added some polka dots with the BG11 Copic marker. So those are our girls all ready to go, and I slowed it back down. I hope that didn't make you too dizzy, but it took a little bit of time. It was relaxing. I really enjoyed it, but it did take a little bit of time. Okay, now we're going to create a Christmas tree and die cut out the sentiment that says "See you soon." And you know what? I appreciate that it says "See you soon" and it's not a holiday sentiment, because we live far away from home, so this is super nice to have in your stash. I die cut out the pie with silver cardstock and ivory cardstock. This way I can have a silver pie tin, and then I can have a white pie crust. I'm going to go ahead and layer my pie crust to the base of my pie here, and add the top piece of my pie to my metal pie tin. And it's not sticking to my silver cardstock too well. It's going to take a little time to dry, but I think that looks so adorable. Okay, now we're going to build our tree. Instead of die cutting out some brown cardstock for the trunk and the base, I'm just taking a brown Copic marker and coloring in the green ones. Since I die cut out 3 different greens, we can create 3 trees. So I'm going to do that to each one of my trunks and my tree bases. I'm just going to show you basically how to do one tree, but you just glue the largest layer, and then you add your second layer, and then add your third layer. Now, since there's points on these layers, you can spread them out to make them a taller tree, or you can squish them together and make short and stubby trees. So this one's kind of short and stubby. Next, after my tree part's done, I added one of the little green stars, and then I'm tucking the tree trunk inside the base of the tree. And there's a slit in there when you die cut it out. I think that's so neat that it has a spot where you can just slide it in. Again, it makes it, little details like that just are so impressive. I really like that. So there's all 3 of my trees. And then I went in and decided to burn the crust of my pie, because it wouldn't be a Tina pie if the crusts weren't nice and brown. I love pies, love to bake them, but they don't love me. No matter what I do, I could put foil over it. I've bought so many things for the crust of the pie. I just can't get it evenly baked. I don't know. I'm not a pie girl, I suppose. I can bake a cake to the end, but I just can't keep that golden pie crust. I don't know. But anyway, back to our project here. I die cut out 4 presents, 2 with silver cardstock, silver glitter cardstock, and then 2 with the darker teal. Now I'm flip-flopping these as well, so I'm going to end up with 4 presents. 2 of them will have silver bows, and then 2 of them will have some teal bows. Silver presents with teal bows. Super easy. First you add a little glue to the top, you add the lid of your present, and then you can add your ribbon. And then you add a little bit more glue, and you can add your bow. And that is your present number 2. So I did that to all 4 presents, and I used all the dies in this month's kit to show you how they worked. And now we're going to create a card. So I had here, I have a piece of plaid paper. It's a blue teal. I'm adhering that to my card base. It's just something I had in my stash. It is slightly smaller than my card base, which is a standard A2 size card base. I adhered that, and now I'm taking some white cardstock and just using my scissors, we're going to create some snowbanks. One's taller than the other. We're going to do a little layering with it. So we'll tape down the tallest layer and then go ahead and add our short layer, but we're going to add foam adhesive behind it to give this a little bit of dimension. This is going to go on the very bottom. Okay, after we have that done, next we're going to go ahead and I'm going to dull down my little girl's cheeks. They were a little bit too rosy. They're playing in mom's makeup. So I'm just using my blender pen and blending out the polka dots and the cheeks because they were just a little too bright for my project today. I just interlocked the arms, and I have to say I love that these interlock. I think they just reminds me of my girls when they were little. They used to walk around the house like this all the time. They're about 1.5 years apart, so they're really close in age, and that's what this reminds me of. Okay, I added my girls to the right. Next we're going to go ahead and glue down our sentiment. Start off by adding just little dots of glue behind the C. And then we'll add the U and the soon. Isn't the font on this so pretty? I just love this. If you guys are interested in the Small Die of the Month Club Kit, I'll link it down below, but it's a great value. They are very detailed, and every month is different. They're $15 a month, and I think they are so fun to play with. After I have my sentiment adhered, I popped up the pie with foam tape, and our little blondie's going to be holding our pie. And then our Princess Leia bun girl is going to be holding our present. And then we're going to add all 3 trees to the left. And I only decided to add 2 of the presents. The other 2 I had put foam tape behind. And I didn't want to rip it off. I was afraid it would ruin the present. Otherwise I would have put it on the inside of my card. But those will be for another card. I went ahead and add some sparkle to our little girl's hair, and also some silver sparkle to our Christmas trees. And that finishes off my project for today, guys. So much fun. I had a blast. I hope you like it. I hope you like the card. Links are down below in the description area, and if you want to see still shots, check out my blog. I linked that down below too. Have a great day. Thank you so much for joining me, and we will see you again soon. Bye-bye.